Today, me and Alexandro will be presenting the problem-based task for socket programming subject. The combined server class initiates both a UDP and a TCP server by creating instances of UDP server and TCP server and starting them as separate threads. The UDP server class listens for UDP messages on port 9876 using a datagram socket, and upon receiving a message, it logs the message to a file named log.txt. This process runs indefinitely in a loop. On the other hand, the TCP server class listens for TCP connections on port 6789 using a server socket, and when a client connects, it spawns a new thread to handle the connection, reading the contents of log.txt and sending them to the client. This setup allows the application to handle both UDP and TCP connections simultaneously, with the UDP server logging incoming messages and the TCP server providing these logs to connected clients. The UDP class, the UDP client class starts three threads, each representing an IoT device. The IoT device class simulates an IoT device that sends random temperature and humidity data to a UDP server. Each IoT device creates a datagram socket to send data and gets the address of the server, which is the local host. The run method generates random temperature and humidity values, formats the current time, and sends this data to the UDP server every 5 seconds.
Next, these are the TCP client. The TCP client class connects to a TCP server running on a localhost at port 6789. These are the main method creates a socket to connect to the server and set up a printer to send data and buffer reader to receive data. It sends request log message to the server and then reads and bring the server response line by line. After run the UDP client and then run the command server, the server will receive the name device, temperature, humidity, and time. When run the UDP client, the client will send the device temperature, humidity, and time. These are the log file which create on UDP server named log.txt. These log.txt are used to keep the data that received on the server from the client. So it will show and record the data that have received on the server, and it will show device 1, temperature, humidity, and time.